I'm LaVont'e Stewart Sr., and I'm the Executive Director of Lost Boyz Inc., a sports-based youth development organization founded in 2008, and it resides here on the south side of Chicago, but we've expanded out and started doing some work on the west side. The work that we do is centered on developing youth through out-of-school time activities, which are centered on the sport of organized baseball and fast-pitch softball. Although these activities veer into about 5 or 6 other developmental areas for young people, such as academic enrichment, social emotional learning, civic engagement, cultural awareness. So I think it was a couple of things that inspired me to start. One, of course, my children. And secondly, I was a Little League coach at South Shore Little League, which then dissolved in my 3rd year of doing it. And I was stuck with this group of boys, 12-year-olds, and trying to figure out what I was going to do with them, send them over to Jackie Robinson West or send them over to Southside Little League. And then we experienced a sort of traumatic incident in the middle of the day in the park, and a couple of guys, guns, typical Chicago. And so at that moment, I kind of had an epiphany, and I wanted to keep them going. And so in order to do that, I had to create this entity. And as a father, I thought about the different needs and the lack that children in the neighborhood have and were experiencing. And I figured it was enough for me to share, and my children wouldn't mind. And so I shared myself with the community. We started out from my home in my basement and just soliciting donations driven by volunteerism. Then I learned how to write grants.
We'll be able to have some nice stats for them.
We were able to then build a paid staff. We've become a sort of small economic engine in our community. We employ 30 adults full-time. We employ around another 40 teens part-time. Some of the events outside of baseball programming and the stuff that we do with the youth, we're very active in our community. So one of the things that Lost Boyz does on behalf of the city, My Shot, My Future, we're in charge of coordinating and organizing all of the youth serving agencies in the community. So for example, right now, we're working on a collaborative Halloween project, Hollowhood, Don't Be Scared, South Shore Halloween. We're also active in a number of ways in terms of public safety. And so some of these events, that's the underneath purpose too, is to contribute to public safety and to ensure our residents that, hey, this is still our community and we should come out and we should be active in it. And so I get really emotional because I see the journey literally in my face. I'm reminded all the time of the good work that we've done, what we've really built in our community despite the odds, despite the stereotypes of our community. We've built something really different that I think folks need to see.